Hello.
It's all about Ghanaian languages. It's all about Ghanaian languages. It's all about Ghanaian languages.
Hello everyone and welcome to today's lesson, and today we'll be looking at the introduction to Ga pronouns. Well, we had seen the Ga subject pronouns, that's the present and past situation, as well as the Ga object pronouns and then the continuous pronouns. So you will find those lists in the dictation box below, and those topics are really relevant to this lesson because they act as a form of continuation to this lesson. So technically this is a sequel to those two lessons. Yeah, and without wasting much time, let's just begin. As I seek to introduce the Ga pronouns to you, I would like you to understand that Ga pronouns, unlike English pronouns or the pronouns in the English language, they are relatively static in the English language, but in Ga they are inflected, they are reflexive, or better still, they are conjugated. The pronouns keep changing depending on the type of sentence you wish to express or you wish to make. Yes. So one may ask, do we really conjugate pronouns in the Ga language? Yes, of course. Technically, we conjugate pronouns in the Ga language, but in English and in other European languages, we conjugate verbs rather. As well, in Chinese, I know we don't conjugate verbs. So technically, in Ga, we don't conjugate verbs, but then we conjugate pronouns or we inflect pronouns. So, Ga pronouns, if we conjugate them, then how complex are they? One may ask. Well, to begin, Ga has 7 main pronouns. That's the I, you, he or she, then the we, you, they, the 6, and then the last one, which is the English one, O-N-E, one, or they. Well, the English one is what is expressed as ah in Ga. Well, one may ask, which exact pronoun is one in English? Just as I said, one may ask. So this, the one, the pronoun one may, one, that's the pronoun one I'm talking about. And in Ga we have it. But in Ga, it is not really translated as one. It's, when you translate it, it sounds like they, but then the appropriate pronoun to substitute that with in English or to interpret that to when you are translating to English will be the one. Well, that one, in case you are a German or a Swedish, a Danish, a Norwegian, that is the man. For example, one is coming in English, and in Swedish we say man kommer, or in German man kommt. Yeah, so that man, that is the 7th pronoun in the Ga language. Well, in English, one is the 3rd pronoun, but in Ga, it is the 7th pronoun. That's the arrangement difference. So kindly note that in Ga, the pronoun, the 7th pronoun, which is ah, is the 7th. Okay. As earlier said, we have I, you, he or she, or it, we, you, they, and then one. So when we translate this into Ga, we have I, O, A. So the pronoun A translates as he, she, and it. Unlike English, where we have he as a separate pronoun and she as a separate pronoun, as well as it, in Ga is just one, A. Then we have wo, nye, ame. Then the a. Okay. In English, we have this object pronoun. The pronouns you had earlier looked at are the subject pronouns, And definitely we have the object pronouns in every language. So in English, we know we have me, you, him, her, it, s, you, them. Okay, so this time is 6. And in Ghana too, we have it. We have the me, bo, le, wo, nye, ame. So the pronoun usually is more of subject. We don't really have the object form for it. Okay, so in Ga pronouns we have the subject, but the subject can be inflected in mood. So we have the present mood and then the past mood, which could also be said as the present situation or the past situation. Likewise, you have the object pronouns. Then we have the continuous pronouns. The continuous pronouns, English, we can technically translate that as the continuous tense and not the gerund. And we have gerund and then the continuous situation in English, but in Ghana it's more of continuous, not really gerund. Then we have the emphatical pronouns in Ghana, the emphatical, and then the future pronouns. Well, in English it is the verb that is usually conjugated to future, but in Ghana the pronoun could be inflected to sound more future or to connote a future meaning. Okay, so then let's just try to look at the basics of all this, and then we continue with the Ga subject pronouns as well as the Ga object pronouns, and we build with time. So in the Ga language, our sentence formation is more like subject, verb, object. Then where other form of tenses are necessary, we add them. So maybe in Keba, maybe I said come, so I said you should come. So subject, object, subject, verb, object. Or in Igbo, I beat you, or I have beaten you. In Igbo. In Igbo. Now, there is something you must understand over here. You know, our verbs are not really conjugated. So it is the pronoun that really conveys the meaning. So when you say something like in Igbo is more like I have beaten you, or I had beaten you, or I beat you. It can also mean I will beat you, or I beat you. So in Igbo, the pronoun in over here is a subject pronoun. But then I had earlier stated that Ga pronouns, we have the present mood and then the past mood. So the in over here is a subject pronoun, but then depending on the tone you use, then we can know whether you wish to express it in the present tense or in the past tense. So when we express it in the past tense, there's no exact translation to English, or there's no exact translation to English. We only interpret how it should sound like in English. Yes, we just try to interpret how it should sound in English, but that doesn't mean it is the exact translation. We are just interpreting. So in Igbo, I have beaten you. That's how one person may translate it. In Igbo, another person may translate it as I had beaten you, or should I beat you? So what I'm going to say is Ga tenses are kind of simplified. They are not really complicated. You just hit the nail on the head, and it is easily understood. But then translating to other languages or translating to European languages is what makes the language look a bit complicated. But then when you are speaking the language itself, it's not that complicated. The tenses are very simple. Once it is present or it's a subject pronoun and you express it, it can mean anything that English will say is begin with a subject pronoun. When you use an object pronoun, once you express such a sentence, it connotes an easy meaning. When you use a future pronoun, no need to conjugate the verb to a future tense. the future pronoun already stands in for future. So whether, for example, we have I will or I would or I shall or I should, once it's future, it's future. No need to think around it. Okay. And the continuous, let me explain a bit of the continuous verb. Maybe let's use an example. Me yashia. Me, okay, me. In old Ga or in written Ga they write me, but then in spoken Ga we say me, and in this channel we use spoken Ga, we don't really use written Ga. So maybe me yashia. Me is a continuous pronoun. So me simply means I am, then something continuous. So me, then ya is go. So me ya, I am go. But then naturally we all know that in English we don't say I am go. We say I am going. But in Ghana the exact translation or the literal translation is I am go. So then, like I had earlier stated, we rather interpret the translations into English or into other European languages rather than translating it exactly. Okay, so this is what makes the Ga pronouns very, very simple. Also, I would like to chip in this, that let's take for example the French je vais à la maison. Je vais à la maison. Now je vais, it's more like I go or I am going. Je vais does not have an exact translation into English, so some may translate as I go, others also say I am going. Well, that's the type of situation we also face in Ghana. So when you just appreciate the fact that Ghana pronouns, we have the subject pronoun, and the subject could basically connote a past mood or a present mood. Likewise, we have the continuous pronouns, which connote continuous situations, okay, or it conveys the sense of something in motion or something in action. Just as the future, which also conveys the information that something should happen. Once you understand this situation, it is easier for you to learn the Ga pronouns and express yourself and create sentences. Well, when you come to Ghanaian languages, almost every Ghanaian language looks like this, because all Ghanaian languages belong to the Kwa language family. But then European languages like English, which I'm using as a medium of teaching on this channel, sometimes translation becomes a bit of a problem. So this is what I would like you to understand, so that as you move to the next lesson right after this, which is the Ga subject pronouns, after which the Ga continuous pronouns and the Ga object pronouns, then the next lesson to be uploaded will be the Ga future pronouns, as well as the Ga emphatical pronouns. Everything would look easier for you. And for this Ga pronoun series, don't really focus on the verb, even though you are entitled to learn the sentences. You are also entitled to keep the sentences off head or try to jot them down, yes, but then this series basically focuses only on the pronouns. That's the aim, for you to master the pronouns. There is the verb series. Right after the pronouns, we shall continue the verb series. Well, we have the Ga verbs 1 and Ga verbs 2 already done, and we shall continue the verb series. But I wish to complete the pronoun series so that you can easily grasp the concept and grasp it well. So I hope you understand. If you have any question, please do well to lay your question in the comment box below. If you have any suggestions, if you have any remarks, if you have any worries, do well to lay it in the comment box below. Also, do well to share this lesson with others. Many people wish to learn Ga, but they most at times find it hard to locate Ga teaching channels, and I'll plead with you to share with others. Also, do not forget to subscribe to this channel so as to get the latest lessons as and when they are uploaded. Also, if you subscribe or if you've already subscribed, you can see the bell below. Turn on the bell so that it will notify you whenever the lessons are uploaded. Most of the times, if you don't turn on the bell, it's difficult for you to know. But as you turn on the bell, you will find it easy to know. Also, we have our Telegram channel, that's the Ghanaian Language Advocacy, where I will urge all of you to subscribe to, so that as and when new lessons are uploaded, you can easily track and to be able to follow. So for the Ghanaian Language Advocacy, it features all videos on all channels of mine, which is both the Guan language channel and the Ghana language. So you are able to follow all lessons. Yes. Also, if you wish to contact me, I'm on Instagram, I'm on Facebook. Also, my email is down there. Please do not shy away. Anytime you have questions to ask, please do what to ask them, and I'm ever ready to answer you. Also, I have my blog, historicalhuniah.blogspot.com, which you can find in the description box below. Well, that blog, I document histories and findings and cultural stuff and cultural elements. And as of now, there are articles there such as the Mla dance, and I've written on them. So if you visit, you will find articles on Guans, the list of languages spoken in Ghana. If you've always wondered how many languages are spoken in Ghana, they are all there. And you can easily follow more articles as and when I write them. Thank you very, very much. And do not forget to subscribe to this channel and also share. If you have any questions, once again, do not shy away from asking. Do ask. And that's all I can say. Nyayi wala dom na gbene hu enye game makpanye fai nye re mo esa ni game wo cho wo re mo wo fon eja keshi ke ganu jibo no kwemi biane ni of tafla che ope oyin ake gare mo ore eye ebua wo te mo ko ja ke gare mo biane ke wo mo mi moko pra be ni ba mo mi ha wa agbene makpa ga onu pa on fa akeshi tafla che Akan-Gurma isane nyawu ye bua bona feni wo hu wo kase keje nyango koni ni bi nye fele we ni won wo kase ni won nye ya keshi kata flache egbeja no to ya hin fiu we won nye ni wo ko ni wo hu wo kase nye o man panye fai nye ye wo hin nye kudowo bona feni ga enye figure eja ke remo ko na ri oji ga se egbe lejigbe lo ma pa dangbe lo mecho pepe kan nye dangbe gbion hemi no le wa tu dangbe wakasi o dangbe na nye tu dangbe obo na pene no fe no manya le ka wa gbion le pine egbo eja ka ke wa tu wa gbion pino ko na ko ma tu han wo lo ma pa nye pe dangbe lo mecho pe dangbe lo me kla ke clonogio ngonogio gbugranogio adanojimo moele shine dodo wano alo osudokuno wakpanye pe nyetu nyegbion bonepene Ga-Dangme enye ne dasi ne epe manwa ne eji chuchuo nyechum nyeyi wala don.
Go.